I just love big guys. Guys who will come over and dominate the smaller person in front of them. Yeah, it's just awesome to see, and that's why I love Tennessee wide receiver Chris Brazzell. He's 6'4", 200 pounds, and runs a 4.37 40-yard dash. He's going to be a problem in the NFL, and the tape speaks for itself. Chris was a 3-star recruit out of Midland Legacy High School in Midland, Texas, and after receiving 6 offers, he would commit to Tulane. He did not play at all as a freshman due to injury and redshirting, only having 1 catch for 11 yards, but in his second year with the school, he would catch 44 balls for 711 yards and 5 touchdowns, garnering him enough attention to be a 4-star in the transfer rankings, where he would end up at the notorious school for producing no NFL receiver talent, Tennessee. In his first year after transferring, he would struggle, only putting up 333 yards and 2 touchdowns, but this past year, Brazzell dominated. 62 receptions, 1,017 yards, and 9 scores. Brazzell is projected to be drafted on day 2, but truly I could see a team moving up to get him because the potential is sky high. And it starts with the obvious with Tennessee receivers. He's absolutely massive and fast. Brazzell is 6'4", 198 pounds, and ran a 4.37 40-yard dash. Exactly what you expect out of volunteer receivers. Dante Thornton and Jalen Hyde are the definition of Tennessee receivers who got drafted to the NFL over the past 5 years. Pure deep threats, only running posts, crossers, and goes, and truly nothing else, but Brazzell is not like them. Even though his size and speed may suggest it, he is capable of running real routes. He played his best game against Georgia. 6 catches, 177 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Sure, he had his posts and goes in this game that result in explosive plays, but watch this route against press man coverage with outside leverage. Teams have to force him inside to safety help so that he doesn't burn them deep one-on-one, especially Georgia, who had already seen him take the top off the defense. Brazzell is going to hit the defensive back with an inside release to play against the leverage. He leans into the corner as he works to get back vertical, and just watch him sink his hips at the top of the route to separate towards the boundary on this out route. Beautiful. He crosses the body and sinks those hips, gets outside, and a great hands catch with the toe tap. Easy first down for Tennessee. Plays like this are why he had a 80% success rate on out routes. I think him leaning into the corner to get vertical helped a lot here. Nobody thinks Chris Brazzell's going to cut outside here, given his best ability, but he does, and he does it well. Selling the deep route is what he needs to be able to do, and I think he does it at a high level. Against Bama, he uses everything. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. No, I'm not singing it. Off his release, he's going to keep his head down, sprinting downfield with his long strides, selling the defensive back the idea that he's going deep, as he turns his hips and even the safety starts to come over, only for him to slow down, cut on a dime, and make the toe tap catch on the sideline. I also love this comeback against Florida. He's going to be running this comeback here, and he just does an amazing job selling the deep route. 9 yards downfield, he's going to attack the near hip, pushing the corner upfield, thinking he's going to angle it outside or just continue upfield himself. But what this allows is a nice underneath space to get open, and just an easy pitch and catch. He slows down and hits the comeback when the corner least expects it. This is how you attack off coverage against a guy like him. You attack the leverage, the hip, whatever the disadvantage is for the corner, in this play being the hip, sell that you are going deep, and cut back and you're wide open underneath. You don't see 6'4" receivers moving this fluidly, especially being able to use their hips like Shakira. He can create yards of separation doing this. He has on many reps just like this one, and this might be his best release off the line all season. Just look at this. No receiver his size should be able to move like that. The ability to move at this size is easily his best trait. He's already got the DB stacked, and he's not even 10 yards down the field yet. He can do whatever he wants. Post, corner, vertical, out, dig, anything. He continues vertical, and just watch the body control on this back shoulder adjustment. He has to slow down for the ball, fights through the contact, and comes down with it. It's just truly insane how he's able to catch his back shoulder. Being this explosive with his first step makes you nearly impossible to guard. Complemented with long strides and the ability to understand leverage and hips, I don't see why he's not a late day 1 pick. And then here, we got that quick, explosive first step against the press man, and he's already open. But he continues downfield with the fast long strides in his pursuit downfield, hits the skinny post inside to create more separation, and just look at the play strength and contact balance. The defensive back is all over him as they have to slow down for the ball, trying to take him down before the ball gets there, but Chris is unfazed. He catches it and walks in for a touchdown after the defensive back fell. He truly excelled on passes 20 or more yards in the air. Brazzell finished second in yards per run at 22.13, fourth in average depth of target at 35.5, and an NFL pass rating when targeted of 122.7. If you're like me and think that Chris could go higher than his receiving yards in week 1, there's no better place to play that than on Underdog because it is the best and easiest place to play fantasy sports. All you have to do is pick higher or lower on 2 to 8 of your favorite players' projections, and you can win up to 5,000 times your money. Better yet, when you sign up with code JOEFB, that is JOEFB, you get $50 in bonus fantasy entries and a gimme pick when you play $5, and a 50% deposit match up to $1,000. Tell me a sign-up bonus better than that. And again, that is code JOEFB for $50 and a gimme pick when you play your first $5, and a 50% deposit match. Here we have another skinny post touchdown. What I like about this route is that at the top of the stem is a great cut inside, but I want you to look at how he uses his body. And he kind of boxes out this defensive back, taking the angle on him, and it takes the defensive back out of the play. And he just continues downfield on that skinny post, keeping the leverage on him, stacking him for the touchdown. Look, it's hard to find a receiver like Chris Brazzell. Big, fast, fluid, long strides, can fight through contact, and is a good hands catcher. His catch radius also helps him make plays like these. He makes hard catches look easy, just quick 2 plays. The first one, running over the middle of the field, he has to come to a complete stop and turn his body to catch the ball behind him. If he wasn't this big, he's not making this catch. Then, the same thing, running full speed, ball behind him, spins in the air, brings it down. Not all receivers can do this because their catch radius isn't as large. It's truly incredible. But like every Tennessee deep threat receiver, he has his weaknesses. He is too small at 198 pounds. He needs to get some weight on him before he takes an NFL snap because it could lead to injury concerns. And when a corner matches his physicality, he can't beat it. Sometimes drawing offensive pass interference penalties, like the route that is on the screen right now, and we saw proof of this, only catching 41.2% of his contested targets, 82nd in the country. He didn't face a lot of press coverage in 2025, only seeing it on 17.3% of his routes, but when he did, it was a mixed bag. Some reps were great and some were awful, and you have to acknowledge his size to be the reason for this inconsistencies, and he also just doesn't use his size like he should. Another thing is that he's just not versatile. He lined up as the right outside receiver on 95.5% of his snaps. Sure, it's a Tennessee offense, but that's a problem. We have to see if he'll be able to fix that in the NFL level. He has some concentration drops as well. He's a great hands catcher, and we see that along the sidelines and downfield, but sometimes he's too quick to try to make his next move, causing him to drop the ball. Chris also has slow feet. Yes, he can make cuts on routes and create separation against college DBs, where statistically he was solid, being in the 74th percentile in separation percentage, and it's especially decent for his size, but in general, against NFL-level corners, he may struggle to get open. And I just brought up how he tries to get to his second move very quickly and sometimes has those drops. There isn't a lot of great second moves for him because he's not a good yards after catch receiver. Out of 110 receivers with at least 78 receptions, he finished 85th in yards after catch per reception at 4.0 and only forced 8 missed tackles all year. Sure, there were some plays where he had picked up solid yards after the catch, but he's not laterally quick enough to do it on a consistent basis. And lastly, he does not give effort on plays where he is not in the progression or it's a run play. There are times where he just gives up on routes like the play on your screen right now, or he barely gives any effort blocking and just lets someone go by him or takes himself out of the play completely. But I do think his pros outweigh his cons, especially with the ceiling he has. He's just worth taking a shot on late day 1 if you want that 5th year option, or day 2. As for what teams I like for Chris, it's pick 31 or 63 for New England. He's the perfect receiver to pair with Drake May, who's coming off a historical season throwing the deep ball. Get you a Blazer who can also sell the deep route and cut out, back, whatever. I know I said both picks, but that's how large his draft range is. And that's the earliest I can see him going is pick 31, because at pick 30, I think Miami will go with Casey Concepcion or Amari Cooper Jr. if they're available, but I can see them take him in the second round at pick 43 if they are not. Chicago Bears at pick 60 are another option. Caleb Love's taking his time, letting the routes downfield develop. Brazzell would be a great fit and potentially could be Ben Johnson's Jameson Williams 2.0 in that offense if he hits a ceiling. There's a couple other teams I think could potentially be in on him. Dallas Cowboys, because Jerry Jones, I feel like this is just a Jerry Jones pick. The Pittsburgh Steelers, if he wants to develop under Michael Pittman and DK Metcalf. And after that, maybe the Ravens, but I don't really think so. Is Chris Brazzell the perfect wide receiver prospect? No, not even close. Is he a guy that can come in, be deep threat, and be that sacrificial X receiver? Yes. For me, I don't like comparisons, but his floor to me is someone like a Marquez Valdes-Scantling, a role-playing deep threat, and his more realistic comparison is Christian Watson. Guys that can compete downfield and create explosive plays for your team. I will not guarantee anything, but the team that drafts Chris Brazzell might just have a star fall into their laps.